superhuman ring. It's not just a ring. It is so clever and so high tech. Yesterday, 8,427 steps. That's actually quite low for me. Would I recommend it? Let me tell you a story. Did you know I have a superhuman ring? Well, he's getting away just from me saying that. Well, I do. Anyway, what's a superhuman ring, you're asking? I'm sure you are. I'm wondering what the hell I'm talking about. Here it is. So this, it's not just a ring. This is something quite special. I get offered quite a lot of stuff on email through the channel, and probably 90% of it gets turned down. But when I saw this, I reached out to Todd, my son, and said, what do you reckon to this? Have you heard of them? He's like, yeah, they're meant to be really good. So basically, this is a ring that you wear, and it tells you absolutely loads of information. All about your sleep, your recovery, your heart rate, your steps, all kinds of stuff. It is so clever and so high tech. So let me talk you through the process in this entire video about this ring. I know we don't usually do entire videos on products, but this is so cool. I thought, sod it, I'm gonna. Of what happens and how it works. One of these rings is about, you want to know the price straight away, I guess. It's about 300 quid. If I'm slightly out, I'll put it on screen now. The first thing you get is this sizing kit, which they send out to you. And then it arrives. You have all the different finishes, like that. So on here, you have raw titanium, Aster black, matte grey, space silver, bionic gold, and brushed rose gold. So obviously you've got to choose that, but the main thing you need to be choosing is your size. They come with 10 different sizes, as you can see. It's recommended for the best pulse, and I guess the best fit for how it works is middle or index finger. I've gone for index finger because of braking on the bike. It won't affect my braking, because obviously that bit is mostly off the grip. Then you try it on. I'm a number 12, and it has to be a snug fit, and it's got like a flat bit on the bottom. Get it on your finger, and you wear it for 2 days. This is just plastic, and that's just to check that it's comfy, it's not moving around, and it's not falling off. Once you're happy with it, you let them know what size and what finish you're going for, and within a week you've got your ring arrive at your house. I've got the ring on now. I've had this roughly, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks. They say you've got to use it for 2 weeks for it to get all the data and do all the analysis of how you are on your sleep patterns, your recovery, etc. It turns up in a nice, very, I'm going to say very Apple-esque box, like so. And pretty similar to how an iPhone, you know, it turns up in all the nice gubbins, and you've got this lovely charger, and the charger just fits onto, you know, a laptop. The charger comes with a wire that's USB-C on both ends, and the dock, it just sits wherever you want it plugged in, and the ring fits in. The light changes as it's charging, and then it changes once it's charged, and then you're away. They say sort of roughly 4 days when it's in full mode, and I've been using it so far. I've been doing tree work, chainsaw work, I've been doing landscaping, I've been doing digging, fencing, I've been riding my bike loads. I've completely got used to it. I forget it's on. It doesn't bother me at all. So let's have a look at some of the features and how it works. So the ring is on. It's had, in a few weeks, it's had about, I don't know, 3 or 4 charges. And while I take it off and give it its next charge, which to be fair has probably been like 5 days, and it's still going because it's operating at full strength. You can set what strength it's operating at, you know, how much data it's collecting. So I have it flat out. So while I take it off, bearing in mind it's quite tight, it's got to be quite tight, not, you know, uncomfortably tight. I'm going to go through the app and just look at the features and see basically what it offers and try and explain what it means. To get it off, I can't do it like that. Wet my finger, pull it off with a little crack. Okay, so you just go onto the app. That's the first thing you do. And then it's got everything you can look at on here. Ring, home, M1. It's got your zones, create a zone, share my score. Let's go to home. And there's all sorts of extra little things that you can buy to go with it. I mean, there's so much on this, it's just insane, really. So we'll start at the top. Sleep, your heart rate took time to stabilise and drop. Your sleep heart rate dropped and stabilised a little late. This signifies that your body got less time to heal and recover. So last night I had 7 hours and 30 minutes sleep duration, 5 full sleep cycles. You achieved 3/4 sleep goals. Dynamic recovery, 78%. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to Nicola about what all these things are. Peak performance, your steps. So yesterday 8,427 steps. That's actually quite low for me. Last night's heart rate dipped, so the lowest was 47. And then you can obviously go, you can go into so much, and every one of these you can tap on it and have a look. Temperature, deviation, REM sleep, that's rapid eye movement, I remember that one. Lowest heart rate, let's have a look at the heart rate. So you can tap on certain times, see when, I mean, for instance, that was 9, the highest bit was there. That was 91 yesterday working, and that was about 10 o'clock. And you've got all your different heart rates, variabilities. There is just so much stuff. Skin temperature, 94.53 degrees. And you go back to the home, back again. 58 plus 4 years older. I don't know what that means. Sleep debt, 8 minutes. So that's like, if I haven't had enough sleep, you know, my sleep debt could be 2 hours, and then you could sort of make it up the next day, kind of thing. Stressed, it'll tell you how stressed you are, and that is bang on, because remember, like a week ago, something happened. I can't remember what it was, but it basically, that went mental for about an hour, and it was while I was stressed about something. Caffeine window, it's telling me obviously to calm it down now as we're getting towards the end of the day. Brain waste clearance, breath work. There's just so much stuff. Right, so let's get Nicola to show me or tell me what some of these things mean. Let's talk first, circadian rhythm. What does that mean?
That is basically your body's natural body clock. So the time that you're programmed to wake up and go to sleep. So everybody knows that you can set an alarm, but you might wake up an hour before that alarm, because that's actually when your body wants to wake up. And likewise, you start to feel sleepy at a certain point in the evening, regardless of whether it's dark or light. However, the daylight does have an impact on that. So obviously in the winter, if your body's really tuned into light and dark, you're going to want to wake up later and go to sleep about 4:30 in the afternoon. That's me anyway.
Okay, so on the sleep and the brain waste score, what does the HRV mean?
So HRV is heart rate variability. So basically it's the difference between the lowest heart rate, so your resting heart rate, and your peak heart rate, and everything that your heart rate does in between those two numbers. So if you have a high HRV score, that's usually an indicator that you're not recovering very well, you haven't slept very well, maybe you're a little bit ill. So actually you can look at your HRV score, and if you've noticed a change in it, it may be that you're carrying like a low level virus or something, or you've gone a bit too hard for a few too many days training.
It also says about the circadian rhythm golden hour. Can you explain what that means?
So according to the app, that means a good time for you to go and have a light walk or some form of gentle activity. The key is the gentle activity. If you do too much intense exercise towards the time that you're going to go to sleep, that is going to have an effect on how well you can sleep. So the golden hour is the best time to go and do something gentle.
So to summarise on the Ultra Human Ring, what do I think? Ease of use. The app is like super high tech, and it's a lot of the features are way beyond my brain. But if you're a nerd who's into all this sort of stuff, you're going to find it absolutely fascinating. I find it fascinating looking, just at how much sleep I've had, and also my heart rate. That I find that amazing that it can get that off a ring. I'm amazed how long it lasts between charges for something that must have a tiny little battery. It's very, very durable. I really have put this thing through its paces. Price wise, 300 quid, it's not cheap, but then if you look at some of the Garmin watches, I know they got GPS, which this doesn't have, but a lot of the other features very similar, and some of those, they're up to 1,000 quid now. So compared to them, it's relatively cheap really. Obviously, we're going to have discount code, which you'll be able to find linked below or in description or wherever you see this. So you'll be able to get a discount off there. And would I recommend it? Actually, yeah, I would. I really like it. I like the way it looks. You'd never even know that this was any kind of electrical gizmo. Plus, the other thing you've got to remember is not everybody wants to use a Garmin watch, an Apple watch. Some people, just like me, just want a watch. You know, I like my G-Shock, and I don't want a watch that I'm charging. I mean, you have to charge the watches kind of almost more often. So yeah, I do like it. It's a superhuman ring. All links will be linked below, along with the discount code. Thanks for watching this video. See you soon. Keep it pinned.